thrilling conclusion of Colonel Dracula joins the Navy.
And you have one of the most impactful transitions in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
You get a shot of a fish in the water, a spear hits the fish, and it pans up, and you see, I think it says right then, 4 years later. And Chuck is a different person.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he is long, sun-bleached hair, long, sun-bleached beard. At this point, he's just wearing scraps over to cover his genitals. He's lean. He's sunburned.
All believable amounts of everything.
Oh yeah, and
his
he's covered
hair
in, like,
and stuff is like not. It's not a movie. Like, he looks like a guy who's been living on an island.
He really does. And once he's eating the fish that he's speared, he's just sitting in I think it was Zemeckis who brought up that he's just like sitting inland, not even facing the beach, just eating this fish, not even cooked. He's just eating it raw, and the beauty of the paradise of this paradise island that he's occupying is so gone. He's just a prisoner eating his meager gruel. Yeah. Just feeding himself is a process. Exactly.
Yeah.
Keeping himself alive. The Philadelphia thing.
Yeah.
So and then he's, it just shows that this is him now. This is it shows his cave. He has a crude calendar that he's made based on the light that shines through this open part of the cave, and he has a rough estimation of what time of year it is, and a new sound outside wakens him from his slumber. He wakes up and says, "Shut up," to Wilson, and then he wakes up enough to realize that there's a sound outside unlike any he's heard in 4 years. And he goes out, and there's a chunk of porta potty washing against the rocks. And he pokes at it with his spear, and he lifts it up. This is another one I say all the time, and this is your Baja thing.
Yeah.
Every time for me, it's Bakersfield. He sees that it says Bakersfield, California, and he goes, Bakersfield? Bakersfield!
That's funny.
Every time I hear Bakersfield, I think of that line read.
It's funny.
And he brings it up onto the beach, and he sets it up, and he's just sitting there staring at it with Wilson, just contemplating it. It's probably him considering, like, okay, what can I do with this? What am I going to do with this new piece of civilization that's been brought to me? And then when the wind catches it and knocks it over, he stares at it briefly, and then Tom Hanks is so good at showing this character having the epiphany of, oh God, the wind. It caught the wind.
Yeah.
And then he immediately, within the next few scenes, starts building a raft because he knows now he has a resource that he could use to get him past that seventh wave that toppled him 4 years earlier when he was chasing the light in the horizon.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of making you believe he cannot get off of this island.
Yes, he is trapped.
It's just too rough. You can't get past the waves.
The fact that you saw him try and fail so miserably
bad,
was and he's given up. He's resigned himself to his fate of wasting away on this island until this piece of porta potty moves into his life, is given to him. Do you have?
I'm trying to think, like, just that time jump is like such a big deal, right? Like, what other movies have something that's like that impactful with a time jump? I'm trying to think, because I know there's got to be. I mean, Interstellar has where it's like, oh fuck, we're like, oh shit,
yeah,
bad
oh
shit's
yeah,
happening.
You're talking for the relativity aspect of it.
Yeah, we're like, oh my god, you guys are falling down and tripping over yourselves, and we know that every 7 seconds is like a year.
Yeah,
shit.
Yes,
it's brutal.
Well,
but there's got to be there's something else. I can't figure out what it is, but like that 4 years later is so brutal. I might be misremembering, but Broadcast News. Have you ever seen that one?
No,
It's kind of got a love triangle thing going
it's a
on.
James L. Brooks.
Yep, and is it James L. Brooks? It's Albert Brooks is in it. It is James L. Brooks. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
So Albert Brooks and William Hurt, or John Hurt? No, William Hurt, the younger one,
Yeah, yeah.
are like the two love interests, and one represents the new way news is being done. He's a handsome guy who doesn't know anything, and he's just there to tell the news. And Albert Brooks is this genius reporter who, upholds these certain whatever. And it's kind of like, which one's she going to end up with? And you get to the end, and it just is like 17 years later. You're
Holy
like, oh, fuck.
shit.
And she's with neither of them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
really
that's
cool.
incredible.
But I'm trying. There's something else I can't quite
Well,
remember.
very
but-
recent. How about, I got two for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to count that, but Up.
Oh, yeah.
The
That one's
film
pretty
Up.
brutal at the beginning.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
you see his life with his wife
Yeah. And you're like, oh, it's
play
after.
out.
Yeah.
Or I am a defender of the film Lightyear.
Okay.
Do you know what Lightyear is?
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear movie.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, I went into the theater thinking this is gonna suck,
Mhm.
and the difference between my expectations and what I received were so. I was so surprised by it, but that also plays with relativity, in which he's taking this trip in order to test these different fuel mixtures to rescue his whole crew that
Interesting.
is stranded on this planet, and every time he goes, it's 4 years.
Oh, damn.
And he just comes back and he's just like so focused on getting this fuel mixture correct, because it was his fault that they're stranded on this planet, that he doesn't stick around long enough to watch everybody he knows and loves grow old and die,
Oh, God.
until he shows up and it's a completely different, it's just all new people.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's just the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It's
That's cool.
It's incredible. Yeah, the sound of, so he determines he's got to make rope for this raft. It shows him talking to Wilson, doing the calculations of, okay, I can make this many feet of rope over this amount of time. It's going to take me this long. We should launch in this window of because that's when the wind will be blowing and the waves will be. So I have to do this many feet of rope by this amount of time. And so to make this rope, he's peeling the bark off of these hibiscus saplings. To get the sound design for that, all of the on-set sound that they had captured from him peeling it, again, was obscured by the waves. So they looked around Skywalker Ranch, and every sapling they tried, they couldn't get the sound right. So they sent for and had Fijians from this area actually FedEx saplings to them so that they could capture the exact right sound of the bark being peeled away from the small saplings. And I used to because of this movie, I used to make rope with tall grass.
Oh, cool.
For my forts that I would build, because of watching him. And I would use the bark from young saplings and stuff.
That's cool.
Used to make my own rope. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah. Well, some survival skills from Chuck.
Yeah. As he's making the rope and running the numbers, he looks at Wilson and says, "You can never allow yourself the sin of turning your back on time." Which
Still.
was, well, and then he laughs and says, "I know."
Funny.
So he's at this point realized
He still has that programming or whatever, but it's it's 4 years, man. Whenever you get off here is when you're gonna get off. It's not gonna be on any sort of schedule.
I wonder what Wilson.
Is he also maybe referring to tides and stuff like that, or I don't know?
Maybe. I think he was making reference to his old life. My interpretation is he was making reference to how seriously he took time, and now the cosmic comedy of his current situation and how far away from that other lifestyle he was.
Yeah, he's like, remember when that guy said that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then when he says it out loud, almost jokingly to Wilson, and then Wilson, his psyche has created for Wilson's personality reverberates that's stupid.
Yeah.
And he just goes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Because he's so divorced from that way of thinking anymore. He has to be because
Right.
yeah. But then he runs out of the saplings. There are no more saplings on the entire island. He needs more rope. He needs 30 more feet of rope.
Yep.
Well, no, he knows where there's 30 feet of rope.
Isn't it almost like as if Wilson tells him, he's like, I know, I know where there's rope.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Wilson is him.
Right.
So yes,
No,
exactly. It's like Wilson is reminding Wilson. He's like, I know where there's 30 more feet of rope.
Yep.
Which I had a realization later, but I'll get to it. So he climbs to the mountain, and the tree. The first time we're up on this mountain, and you see the 360 of the island, you see this tree hanging off of the side, this dead tree. This time he climbs up, and that dead tree has snapped. And he's dangling off the rocky face and reaches out and grabs a rope that's hanging from it. And he climbs up and he drags a weight, a load that's dangling from the rope. We don't see it at first, but he gets it up.
Reveal, kind of, yeah.
It is, exactly. And once it is revealed to the audience that it is a very heavy human, slightly human-shaped log.
Yeah.
And it's a very clear noose that's been created, wrapped around this log. And it's very obvious. Oh, this is why he was so...
Kind of story right there. Yep. You get that whole thing. Yep.
And he comes back, and he presents the rope to Wilson, and he says, "You're right. And then he goes into it. It's like, it was a good idea to test it, because if I hadn't tested it, it would have snapped, and I would have fallen, and I would have broken my leg, or I would have broken my back, and I would have just starved to death, shattered on the rocks below, if I didn't die immediately. You were right."
Yep. Heavy stuff.
Heavy stuff. Then, as he's putting his raft together, he senses a couple of times where the winds start to shift, but then finally they do shift and they remain blowing in that direction. And it's the night before.
The raft is impressive and believable still.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of flexibility to it, which is interesting.
It's a really cool thing.
What production design made that? It's really well done.
It is.
Everything is so believable. Yeah.
Yeah, even as simple as...
It doesn't look like what you'd think of desert island raft. It's like a big beefy guy with almost like two canoes on either side and then the raft in the middle.
Yeah.
And then he's got his the porta potty is resting on it as the sail.
It's a sail and a shelter.
Yeah.
And he has a little pedestal for his nook
Wilson.
for Wilson to... So he wakes up the night before they're going to launch, and he rolls over and he says, "Oh, you're awake. Me too. Can't sleep?
Funny.
Yeah, me neither. Are you scared? Me too."
Yeah.
Just a great little human moment.
Yeah.
And before he launches a raft, and before he leaves, he writes on a rock with another rock, "Chuck Nolan was here 1,500 days, escaped to sea. Tell Kelly Frears, Memphis, Tennessee, I love her."
Yeah.
And then he launches the boat.
Yep. Launches it down into the water.
Yep. He says, he ties Wilson into his nook and says, "You don't have to do anything. You just hang on."
Yeah.
And as they're approaching, he looks back at this island. This is the shot you spoke of.
It's in a moment, in a little bit.
Okay. So it's after.
Mm-hmm.
So he's approaching the waves. He gets through a few.
He's rowing his way through.
And he says, "Not yet, not yet, not yet." And he starts to creep up this giant wave. At the right moment, he pops his the bindings that's holding the wings down, and they rip up and catch the wind. And you see that he had painted the wings of the FedEx package, the last FedEx package that he left unopened, because it was the ones with the wings that he had found in the surf and chose to keep as meaning.
Something that meant something to him. Yeah.
Something, these are his wings of survival. This is a mission.
This icon that he's trying to draw power from, or just any little bit extra. Yeah.
And it's Bettina's wings.
Yeah.
It's the Bettina package, and he chose not to open it so he can have one last reason. Mm-hmm. I got to deliver this package, not just he has this reason for Kelly, but he's also got this reason, his mission. It's still
Mhm.
he's still a FedEx guy in his heart. So he's got his heart and he's got his mission, and he uses the Bakersfield porta potty portion. It pops up. It's got his wings, and the wind catches it, and it rips him through the top of
Mhm.
this wave, and he's through. He's good.
Past that perimeter, yeah.
And then as he looks back at the island, the first time the score
Yeah.
makes itself known is right now, and it starts to lift and swell.
Mhm.
And he has this moment of nostalgia looking back at the island.
Yeah, amazing. And you get the scene, I can't remember what the exact order, but you get the scene of him like floating, and it's that same blue,
Yeah.
just that really light blue. And these whales come up to him and
Yeah.
are like looking at him.
Yeah.
One, like, this is all like beautiful, unbelievable. And there are those moments, I think, in your life when you're like at this like big change, and you look around, you're like the world is reflecting that, like
Yeah.
the lighting, whatever's happening, like everything is reflecting this big change, and you feel that in this moment of like there's just this like beautiful thing is happening. The island spell is being released, or he's being released from it.
Oh.
And these whales too, it's like nature is even like, you're making it, you're gonna be okay. There is a shot of one of the whales looking at him that does look pretty silly to me.
I've always had my problems with that.
Yeah.
Like my whole thing with the whales I've had problems with, but I've contextualized it in my head because they're curious about him.
Uh-huh.
And what Zemeckis said about that shot was, he just thought it would be a wild and cool thing to have happen to you.
Right.
And also, think about it. He said this is the first creature that has looked at him in 4 years.
Yeah.
The first living creature
And they're intelligent.
with
and
intelligence
Mhm.
that has passed its gaze.
It's the magical realism. Like, it is like such an incredible moment.
Yeah. And it's a weighty, and it's something he's going to carry with him for the rest of his life. It's something that him experiencing. Like maybe he'll never tell anybody about this.
Sure.
Maybe this is just for him.
Yeah.
A moment he shared with the sea.
Tell us about the island, Chuck. Tell us about the island. Yeah.
It was like,
I'm sure he will. And then probably leave. Yeah. That's like a little special moment for him. And you hear stories about, Dick Van Dyke got pushed in on his surfboard by dolphins and rescued and stuff like that. Whales are very intelligent and
yeah.
are emotionally intelligent, I think, too. And it makes sense they would hang out with him until a boat came.
He's
Like, I
no
buy
threat.
that. Yeah.
And, it's such a vast sea. Why not? Out of
Not
just
only is
sheer
he no threat,
curiosity.
but he's like half animal, half man at this point,
Yeah.
So
He's
it's
just
like,
another
he's not
creature.
intimidating at all. Yeah. Just some curiosity.
And that's how I've reckoned with, because the whale spouting
Mhm.
keeps waking him up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why in my head I thought they didn't need that as a mechanism to wake up Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck because a storm happens and his boat gets demolished, and then that's how Wilson gets loose from his nook, and then a whale spout wakes him up. Like he could have woken up naturally, because he doesn't wake up as soon as Wilson spills into the ocean.
Oh,
He wakes up a little bit after, because by the time he sees that Wilson is not in his nook and he finds him in the sea, he's further away.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have just woken up naturally from that instead of the whale spout. I thought that was a little weird. But then also the fact that the whales are still present is, it's kind of cool, because they're interested in him. So I can
Well, and I
deal
think
with
for
it
as an
from that.
audience too, they're like, remember how stressful this has been? Like, here's a little relief, like even nature at this point wants him to succeed. Like,
oh yeah.
like we're not in the same situation anymore.
Yeah, he's not 100% alone.
Yeah.
And so he sees that Wilson's far away from the
Yeah, he
raft.
comes loose and
He
yeah.
jumps in the water, swims a little bit, but then swims back and get a guy line,
Mhm.
like a safety line. And here's what I thought today. So he swims to the length of the rope and is reaching for Wilson, and Wilson is still out of reach. And he lets loose of the rope and swims a little ways into sea, but then he starts to struggle because he's in the open waves and
and
he's
he realizes
weak.
the boat's getting away from him. And
So he swims back to his line. So I was thinking, this is the rope. It's about 30 feet long.
Interesting.
This could have been the rope
That's wild. Yeah.
that he had attempted to hang himself with, and that Wilson suggested he go up on the mountain,
Yeah.
but it still wasn't
And it was his
long
lifeline
enough.
in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his lifeline to his raft and to Kelly.
Yeah. Interesting.
So he can't reach Wilson, and Wilson slowly drifts away as he calls Wilson's name, and he
I think I cried the first time I saw the movie at this point.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah.
This was a cry for me every time I watch this movie, up to a certain point. Now I don't cry when he loses Wilson. I only ever cry later on.
Uh-huh.
But it's still so emotionally effective. It's
Yeah.
it's a goddamn volleyball, as
Yeah.
he refers to it.
Right.
But it's not. It's part of him. It's his friend. It's his only companion.
It was
It's
one
an
of his
extension
drives to
his
get off
psyche.
the island, and
Yeah.
he needed him. Yeah.
And it is so psychically damaging to lose Wilson that in the next
Psychically
scene
damaging. Yeah.
he gives up.
Yeah.
He sets his oars.
To the audience and him, it's very psychically damaging.
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's formative. Like I remember watching this when I was 12 and being fucked up by it,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he relinquishes his oars and allows them to drift away, and then decides he's just going to waste away on this desiccated raft. The score.
I also like how they do this too. The boat reveal is nice.
Yeah, it's really thoughtfully done. The score kicks in as, he's swimming back to the raft after losing Wilson, and it's like playing as he's weeping on the raft. So he's sitting on the raft. He's laying on the raft, and it was the sound designer's thought that he didn't want the sound of the boat in the background to be too present.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted Chuck, when he is awakened yet again by the waterspout of the whale, to be in a state of half dream where he cannot disassociate the sound of the boat from the whale calls. And maybe in his dreamlike state he still thinks it's just whales.
Yeah.
But eventually he wakes up enough and turns over and sees this giant freighter in the ocean.
I mean, you see him, and then you see it pass behind him silently, basically.
Yet another example of you see something that he's not, and then you're like, "Come on, Chuck, come on!" Just like the boat earlier.
Yeah. Robert Zemeckis' patented reveal storytelling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
This is probably the maximalist version of his reveal storytelling.
Sure. I mean, this point he's earned so much, you
Yeah.
know, that the boat can be completely silent, even though it's this giant boat. Another movie, it would be the horns waking Chuck awake.
True. And as it pans up, it shows him reaching
It's
towards
right
it
there,
and
too,
saying,
which I
"Kelly,
really
Kelly."
like.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
You hear the alarms on the boat blaring.
Yeah, and he says Kelly. Yeah. Oh my God.
He's saying Kelly, Kelly, and
That's
then
all he's got left. Yeah.
the alarms blend into the sound of a telephone.
Hmm.
And this scene here is so unbelievable because the sound of the telephone, you see a hand, wipe off, wipe off and then grab the phone, and the camera moves up, revealing Kelly in a kitchen with new hair, short hair. And her performance here says so much with so little.
Yeah.
She says, "Hello." And then she says, "Oh, how are you?" And she says it in such a way where in 3 words, it's, "Oh, you're very familiar with this person, but you haven't spoken to them in a long time." And then
Happy to hear from him. Mm-hmm.
and her next response is, she kind of cocks her head and says, "Okay," which says to me that the person on the phone says, "I have huge news. I have to tell you." And so she, "Okay," and then you just watch her eyes, and she's staring into the middle distance, and a wave comes over her, a wave of realization. Her eyes basically roll back in her head, and she faints and hits the floor. And the camera creeps over and shows her new family sitting at the breakfast table, and they just look over.
Oh my God, yeah.
So telling.
Wild. Yep. The reveal storytelling again.
And then from that, it's 4 weeks later. Chuck's on the airplane again, basically clutching
Yep.
the armrest. Pans past the window, seeing like the farmland below. You see a bunch of prescription drugs and stuff on the shelf next to the window. It's like either his recovery medicines
Sure.
from his horrific recovery,
Mm-hmm.
or
Malnutrition and injuries and et cetera, et cetera.
et cetera, et cetera, bacteria and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But also maybe just like
Anti-anxiety.
anti-anxiety for being on an airplane again.
Sure, or just being in the real world again after 4 years.
Holy shit.
That's what the survivalist guys were saying. It's like, we'll take somebody out for a month, and the first night they're back in their house, they'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Because they just can't. There's that adjustment period to coming back.
I get that. When I came back from my long river trips, walking into my apartment, it just felt too small.
Yeah.
It felt claustrophobic. I didn't understand, and it was like a week of being on the water and camping, and then coming back to an enclosed space was so unusual. It captured my stench a lot.
That's funny.
And
Yeah.
that was part of it. Like, I could really smell how awful I smelled just being in, but just like the artificial lights and the hallway, it just felt too synthetic, too different, too weird. And that was just a week.
Right. 40 years. Yeah.
The look on his face at this point is he's kind of lost in thought, but also stern and resolute and like what he's doing. And then Stan comes and gives him a Dr. Pepper and 2 cups of ice, and says, "Okay, we're gonna land. You're gonna Fred Smith from FedEx is gonna say a few words, and then you get to see Kelly." And then it's like, "Hey, Kelly had to let you go, man."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What am I even gonna say to her?" And then Chuck says, "So," and he looks at Stan, and he's engaging the eye contact very, very specifically, and he says, "Well, first you had my funeral,
Yeah.
and then you had Mary's funeral. I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm so sorry." The difference in this moment versus the last time he spoke with Stan about Mary is so much more. He's able to confront it.
Mm-hmm.
He's confronting the mortality of the situation as opposed to being afraid of it before and disengaged from it before. And it shows his growth as a person because he's been through so much.
You're right. Yeah. No, he's engaging with it rather than being like, I don't have time for the human stuff. Like, that's yucky. I gotta just focus on this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, maybe he was using work to escape from the human stuff. Maybe he was just so ramped into that, and that's where all of his meaning was. Even though he does deeply love Kelly.
Yeah.
So then, this is also a really good piece of informative storytelling visually of him walking into the empty terminal, and behind him, the glass windows and doors, you see all of the people.
I love that they give so much time to this section of the movie.
Oh, I agree.
That's like, he's off the island. That could be it. That could be the end.
Yeah.
But the way that Zemeckis describes it is, now we're telling the story of a man coming back to life.
Yeah.
Like coming back from the dead.
Yes.
Which is, it's amazing.
It's huge. And he even said that there's a lot of stuff of him being isolated in like a Chinese hospital wing or
that
whatever.
4 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, and he just felt that the audience had seen Chuck suffering so long, and it was just more of the same, of that isolating feeling, that they wanted to move past it. They wanted to get to the next stuff.
Completely agree.
So on the TVs within this terminal are showing like moments before. It's like a newscast of Fred Smith welcoming one of their FedEx's lost children back into the world. So you get in like 1-2 seconds, you saw that scene layered on top of the scene that's happening right now, which is like, okay, catches you up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in expecting to see Kelly, but then
he's got sort of his emotional, like, here's my mission, and it has to just happen amongst this like big thing that they're throwing for me.
Right. The world has to have their thing.
Yeah.
The world has to have
the company I work
celebration.
for needs to throw a party or
Yeah.
something just to say, oh, we didn't actually lose this guy.
And he's just a
Yeah.
passenger along for the ride.
Right.
And he walks in expecting to see Kelly, but Jerry Lovett, Dr. Jerry Lovett, walks in.
Oh,
He
funny.
says, hey, you maybe don't recognize me. Your dentist, James Spaulding, referred you to me
Hilarious.
for an endodontist thing or whatever,
Yeah.
some gum surgery or some shit. Which, the tooth he was having problems with was popping out of his gums.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever.
Yeah.
Too many connections.
That's funny.
And so this Jerry guy is creating the distance between Kelly and...
He's like, taking his time or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you already have the moments of like being with the food and stuff, or is that
That's
right
next.
after? Okay.
Yeah, that's right after.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, she's really once you came back, she's really confused. She had a hard time when you were gone, and then so I think she just needs more time. I'm sorry. And then he walks out, and Chuck watches out the window and sees Kelly, who's there, just in tears, pointing like, I should go in there. And Jerry is the one stopping her, like, no.
It's gonna be too much.
It's going to be too much. So he's the one like creating the barriers,
Mhm.
which honestly, from his perspective, like I kind of get it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's not noble,
No.
and it's not
I can see both sides
flattering,
of like,
but this,
you know what, my partner that I have now, like, this is not the time for them to do this thing, and I am looking out for their emotion, but
but he's
I don't
also
know,
looking
you
out
never
for
know.
himself.
But then also,
It's like, this is
guy
my
that
part-
you've been in love with for however long is back, and
Yeah, the love of her life has
Yeah.
returned from the dead.
right.
And
What does that mean for all of us?
what's that mean
Yeah.
for all of us? So he's just trying to keep his weird little patch of life together.
Yeah.
Because his wife, like, clearly, and he's seen how racked she is over this.
Mhm.
Like, he knows how emotional it is. Like, oh, this guy means a lot to her. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose my wife and the mother of my child to this walking corpse.
Yeah.
It's come back from the dead.
It's motherfucking Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
How are you
it's
gonna compete
motherfucker-
against.
Look how good. Look how good. So she goes away, and then it's him in the hotel suite
Yeah.
with. It didn't even feel like people, except for Stan, that he was particularly close with, like coworkers and well-wishers.
Yeah. No.
Almost.
It's the one guy. Yeah. Then here we get a couple little funny, just little detail things, right? Where he's got like the big, huge leg of crab,
Yeah.
the king crab or whatever, and then he's got a lighter that he just like is playing with.
Yeah, the rhythm
fire.
of him turning on and off the lighter parallels the rhythm of him
Yeah,
turning on and off
you're
a
right.
flashlight
Right.
on the island, which is a beautiful little touch. So
Yeah.
simple. And then he's, of course, the insensitivity of these people. They just like leave piles of seafood and crab
which is
for him
funny,
to
yeah.
eat, which is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he's been subsisting off
Yep.
of for 4 years.
Yep.
And so then
And the excess of it. There's just so much
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
there that like nobody's even touching.
so much waste.
Yep.
Oh, we got his lawyer's obviously there because all the paperwork. And when
Yeah,
Stan,
that's right. Yep.
when they leave, Stan hugs him. He's like, he said 3 times, like, tomorrow we're gonna bring you back to life. And
Yeah.
as he's hugging him, he says it kind of quietly to himself, bring you back to life, man. This character Stan is defined mostly by loss.
Yeah.
The loss of his wife, and now the loss of his best friend, and then his wife, and now having his best friend come back to
One of
him.
those losses isn't a loss anymore.
Yeah, it's like rekindling
Mm.
something inside of Stan,
Yeah.
and you don't get a lot of Stan, but you get enough of him.
He's the third person in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah.
there's 3 people basically.
Yeah.
You have her husband or whatever there for a second, but
Yeah,
there's 3 characters. Yeah. And
Albert
for
a
a second,
little, and
but
Gwen,
yeah.
but they're not characters. Stan is a character.
Yeah. Like maybe his only friend.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
And he's so that at night, like you said, these survivalist people taking out someone for a month, and they come back and they have to sleep on the floor. Exact same thing. The sound design, of course, is streets and traffic and civilization actually oppressively in the background, the honks and all that, just impressing themselves on this hotel suite where Chuck is just laying on the floor, rhythmically turning on and off the lamp.
Now you're surrounded by people, but guess what? You still feel alone.
You still feel alone. Wow, that's a great point. He can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So he saddles up and goes to Kelly's house.
Yeah, he's got one thing on his mind still.
He does. And he's about to ring the doorbell and pauses, but the lights come on and the door opens and they see each other. She says, "Yeah, I saw your headlights."
Mm-hmm.
And she grabs him and pulls him inside. And this is the start of, within this scene, she almost can never look away from him. And he obviously is annoyed about, he's got a lot on his mind. He's going to say, and he starts to say, "So I saw you at the terminal today."
Yeah.
But she cuts him off with this hug, this embrace. And it's just, the 4 years immediately is felt and drift away as they're back in each other's arms.
Yeah, you feel this, like, she probably has regret about not talking to him, and then had this moment of like, this is exactly what I would do and what I would say.
Yeah.
And is given another opportunity and just goes for it. Yeah.
She jumps on it.
Yeah.
And as she's bringing him through the house to get to the kitchen to make him some coffee, she's moving toys out of the way. She's doing everything she can to not shove her current life in his face.
Yeah.
But still does so anyway on accident as she opens the fridge door, and it's covered in pictures of Katie, her daughter. And it just, like, she opens it kind of into his face, and he says, "What's your daughter's name?" And she says, "Katie." And so everything he says is talking about her current life, and everything she says is kind of downplaying it a little bit. And yeah, she's a handful, kind of this seed of dissatisfaction with her current life, so that it can reveal the kernel of deep love, that the well of deep love that still exists amongst them. But it's under the surface. Everything they're saying is kind of like nothing, right?
Yeah.
So then they're standing in front of each other, and he says, "Let me get one thing straight." And she freezes. She is just hanging in the moment, knowing what's going to happen. And he says, "So we had a pro football team, and it moved to wherever."
Yeah.
And then she audibly exhales, and then clutches her breast, and is like, "Yeah," and then starts talking about like the Oilers or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they talk about that a little bit, and
I think this is the part where she said, like, "You would have loved the game, like it was so close," and they say one lousy yard right at the end.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
wow,
Wild. Yep.
that's really, I never put, that's like a perfect little,
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's like Chuck, he almost had everything back.
Yep.
Just one last, the most important thing to him.
yeah. 10 more feet of line, he would have had Wilson,
Yeah.
But that's what you're talking
Oh,
about,
man.
right? Not is
Yeah, no,
Wilson
no.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's when he says, "You're not Dr. Kelly Freer's Lovett?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, when your plane went down, it put everything on hold.
Right.
And then when you came back, it made everything confusing." So she's in an emotionally vulnerable way expressing that the door's open, I think. That, like, she's so confused about him being alive again. She doesn't even know where she is in life, like what she wants and needs.
Yeah. I mean, does she say how long she waited before? She said they looked for you for a certain amount of time.
They
and
looked
blah, blah,
for
blah.
you.
Yeah.
She does say later during the embrace that.
Oh, gotcha.
But sort of.
But you get that he is kind of accepting that this has happened.
He's the one. Yeah. He came
and now
here.
she's like, I don't know what to, because how do you react in that situation?
How? Yeah. She's
Mandy
doing.
was like, I would beat the shit out of you until you left with me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fair enough.
I believe that. He says, "I came here to give you this," and he pulls out the pocket watch and he hands it, and she says, my grandfather's watch." He says,
I gave that to you. Yeah.
I gave this to you," and he said, "Well,
it should stay in your family."
Exactly. Yeah. It's a family heirloom, and it should stay in your family. And when he says that, he backs away. And he said, "It stopped working," which that was your observation of, like, the time stopping.
Oh, and it stopped working. Yeah.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
It stopped working. It doesn't work anyway, but I took the picture. It's old and
Nice.
faded anyway. And just that, and he's like, it's a family heirloom, it should stay in your family. And then when he backs away from that, it's just, he's creating this distance. And the way that it's shot, the blocking of the scene is so perfect, of like, and he creates a distance, but then that's what motivates her to grab him. She's like, I want to show, and then takes her into the living room or the dining room, where she's got everything from the plane crash, all the maps, and
this is everything. Yeah, exactly.
This is everything that I have from when your plane went down to now. And then she's talking it through, and then he says, "I never should have gotten on that plane." And she says, "I want to show you something." And she takes his hand and takes him to the garage, where it's their car. And it's in perfect working condition. She hands him the keys, and as she says, hey, I need to take something out of the back seat. Again, more child stuff in front of his face. And, he asks her, like, you ever think about having more kids? And she says, I don't know anymore. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And he says, you should.
Yeah.
I would. Which is more of him, like, accepting, but her just, and she cannot allow him for a second to leave her vision. And he gets in the car, and he turns it on.
But the I would is also like, if I was with you, that's what we would do.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Which is, it just hangs in the air.
I'm getting really affected by this.
I know.
The scene is so nuts.
The scene is one of the most powerful scenes of any movie I've ever seen, and I think about it all the time. And it's the chemistry between the cast. It's so much that has happened and so much that is unsaid and is being said, and it's finally before us, but they can't, but then they want to. And so then he's getting ready to drive away, and she stops him.
Yeah, she like runs out to
him,
right?
First she says, you said you'd be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he backs away down the driveway and leaves. And the camera, for the first time, is with somebody besides Chuck.
Interesting, yeah.
And it dangles on her. And Chuck is gone. You're with Kelly instead of... Once Chuck was established as the protagonist, once Nikolai runs into that Russian warehouse and you see Chuck, you're with Chuck 100% of the time. But now we're with her, and she can't fucking bear it anymore. She can't take it. So finally she starts screaming his name and running into the rain down the driveway. And at the same time, I've thought about this a lot. At the same time, he screeches in reverse back to her driveway. There's no way he heard her.
Right.
He was doing that at the same time.
Yeah.
They both couldn't bear to be parted. He backs up. He gets into the rain. They meet in such an intense embrace and start kissing in the light of the headlights and in the pouring rain. And it's such a strong, solid embrace. And this is where she says, everybody was telling me I had to let you go. I had that you were gone, but I knew. And then she says, you're the love of my life.
Damn.
I love you. You're the love of my life. And he tells her, I love you too, Kelly, more than you will ever know. And we as the audience know the veracity of that statement because of everything that we have seen.
Right.
And he guides her to the car, and he gets her inside. And again, we're with her in the car, and we're watching her, and she not for 1 second takes her eyes off of him. And you just watch her follow him around because she doesn't want to lose him again.
Sure, he's also like a ghost almost.
Holy shit. Yeah. Coming into her life like a phantom after everything. And he sits inside, and they share this exchange of looks, and he makes like he's... he kind of looks at her, and he kind of eyebrows a little bit, and he opens his eyes a little bit, and he's going to drive. She's going to go. They're going to go.
Yeah.
They're going to go and be together, and she says, Chuck. And he stops, and he says, you have to go home to your family. And the look on her face, her eyes close, and then they open, and she just does the smallest nod that a human could possibly do of her, because she was like so taken by her love of Chuck and being back with him. And
right.
And
it's like these two options that are equally good, but one is you're a little bit more invested in right now.
Yeah.
You know, and
This is the life
just
you've
the
chosen.
shave that little tiny bit. You know, and it could be this other thing, but then what?
And like
Then you left your family, you left your kids.
like the light on the horizon, you know,
Yeah.
is it just looms in her awareness. Oh, this other life I've built, and she has to just quietly say, "I have to go back."
Yeah.
She doesn't vocalize it. She just nods, and then so he just drives her back up that driveway, and then it cuts to the hotel room with him and Stan, with Chuck and Stan.
Yeah. Which, like, that scene, you feel like there is something missing when they just have that normal interaction, you know, and you're like, but there's no, they don't have like the yelling and screaming when he's making fires part, you know, like they don't have that emotional like release, and then you get that, and it is like very satisfying.
Oh
and
yeah,
really
it's
sad.
the build and then the release of like him leaving,
Right.
and it's
And you're
it's
like,
left
that's
hanging.
it. Yeah.
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 But then the swelling score
Mm-hmm.
of them running into each other's arms. It's a saccharine moment, but it is the most earned
Oh, yeah.
piece of filmmaking, maybe almost ever.
That's so good.
It's
Yeah.
so impactful to me. I cry every time like
Yep.
a little baby, and I know what's going to happen. I rewind it and I watch it again.
Yeah.
It's so earned. And
She'll
it's,
say that nothing happened, but it got Mandy too. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It is a beautiful
It's
piece
incredible.
of filmmaking, and
Yeah.
it's it wouldn't be anything without the strength of the performances from
Yeah,
from
the truth. You
from
know,
Helen
like they
Hunt.
don't.
Yeah, the
It
truth in
isn't
their
sappy,
eyes.
you
Yeah,
know?
they believe it.
It's hard.
And
yeah.
Helen is so fucking good at
She is,
conveying that, just this infinite love for this man that never went away, even when he died.
Yeah.
It was just buried for a
Your
little
whole
while.
role is just to show the audience how much you love this guy in
Yeah.
every scene.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah,
It's
to
pretty
give
wild.
him something to come back to. And
Yeah.
so then, when he's with Stan, he talks about when he was on the island. He knew he had to give her up, and then he recognized that Kelly had to accept that he was gone and give him up, and then he was going to die on this godforsaken island. The only thing within his control was to choose how. And so that's when he was going to hang himself. That's how he chose to test it, because he's a nerd. And because it failed, this was him explaining that it's just like, you know, how miserably he was going to die. But then he had this warm, dawning feeling of, that's how he knew he had to keep breathing. He had to just keep breathing because he had to get back to Kelly. And then the tides brought him a sail. And then that's how he got home. And his lesson was, you got to keep breathing because you never know what the tides will bring.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he, of course, here he is losing her all over again. But
He's gone through this whole thing.
he's got to keep breathing.
I think they said, I think a tank said he could have got off the island and been rescued right after the crash, and he would have just had this crazy complex about flying. But because of this story, like, he is this whole different person, and they prove it with the ending.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else before?
Before the crossroads?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So yeah, he delivers the package, or he goes to deliver the package.
Yeah. To Bettina.
Yep.
Yeah. And Bettina.
And Bettina. Yep.
Dick is ripped away from the side.
Right, that's what I noticed for the first time this movie, is because I was like, that's fine, the guy's name is Dick. And then you get there and there's a big chunk missing when he goes back, and it's just Bettina. Yep. And it is that final thread that he has to finish out, and it's delivering this package. And he gets to the door, and I don't think anybody's there. I think he just leaves it, and he leaves a note. And then heads back down the road.
The note says, "This package saved my life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chuck Noland.
Yeah.
FedEx superstar."
Thank you. Thanks, FedEx. Yeah. And then, he's heading back down the road. Who knows what he's going to be doing next, and he's literally at a crossroads.
Yep.
And,
He's got his map out.
yep.
And he's looking at the... Oh, actually, before that, a truck rolls up.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty lady. It's Bettina.
Yeah.
The
You don't know that at this point.
No.
Just some redheaded girl.
Yeah, and she's got her dog in the back,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Hey there, cowboy, where you headed?" And he says, "I'm trying to figure that out." And she basically explains the 4 directions. They're the 4 cardinal directions, and she kind of says that one goes north to Canada, that goes west to the ocean, that goes east to the other ocean. This one goes maybe to Mexico.
Yeah.
So he is at a genuine crossroads, figuratively and literally.
Yep.
And then as she drives away, he looks back at her and sees the wings on the back of the truck.
Yep.
And then he stands in the crossroads and looks at all 4 directions. And at the end, his eyes lay on the road that she had just driven down.
Yeah.
And he smiles.
Yeah, it's great.
I kind of choose to believe that he goes down that road, and he...
I think that's what the movie's saying.
Yeah.
Without going, let's show that, right?
And it's perfect.
It's beautiful.
You know, they do such a good job of establishing that there could be a connection there just from...
Yeah, it's like a little flirty, whatever, and it could be anything. You don't... Who knows what the tide brought in, you know?
They're both... You know, yeah. They're both like Elvis.
Yep.
You know, they...
And he's more... She obviously is a kind of hippie, free spirit type, and he's now more of a go-with-the-flow, free spirit kind of guy. And now for this new chapter in his life, maybe that's the right fit, you know?
And they've both lost partners.
Yeah.
You know, Dick
and
to a...
when he's like, Kelly's what got me off the island, this is also something that got him off the island.
True.
So
yeah,
he
exactly.
has this, like, connection with her already.
Yeah, they were both there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both saved him. His connection with Kelly, that's a thing that I've thought in the past, but I forgot to write down. Exactly. Like, she brought him home too.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to that raft afterwards. And, like, what happened to the porta potty piece. And, like, okay, say they end up together. Like, that thing's got to be on their property somewhere.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
Or maybe he would never want to see it.
Or maybe, yeah.
Well,
I don't know. It's his saving grace, you know. It's the thing that really, like, saved him at the end.
In the storm that eventually demolished his raft, the wings or the porta potty piece was ripped away and flew into the sky. And he yells to Wilson, "They're gone! I don't know why." So
I don't know why.
He says they are gone. Yeah, that whole exchange is really interesting because he says they are gone.
Yeah,
meaning the wings. And I don't know why. Like, what's the cosmic reason for this to happen?
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then the score, as he's smiling back at Bettina's road, and the score lists for the 4th and final time.
Yep, and we get a big wide shot of the crossroads, I think. And
So Zemeckis showed this film to a lot of test audiences, and this is the film that proved to him that testing doesn't work. Because testing is like comparing one film to another and stuff. The young women, women under 21, none of them could understand how Kelly could move on to Jerry Lovett.
Interesting.
But all of the women over 21 who had a little more life under their belt and a little more hardness and harshness probably could understand, like, yeah, she had to move on.
Yeah.
She just had to. It just generally tested poorly. It should have been a flop considering how badly it tested. Yeah. But
I think about that 4 years. Like, I don't know how long they were together beforehand. Mindy and I have been together since 2012. And 4 years is nothing. Like, I would wait 4 years pretty easily, you know?
Yeah.
But if you've only been together for 4 years and it's another 4 on top of that, then that's pretty brutal.
It's also, they buried him.
Right.
He was dead.
Sort of. I mean, even she is saying, like, I couldn't let go.
It's true. She sensed that he was alive. That's interesting. And to be perfectly honest, the friends were probably right in, like, trying to convince her that...
who knows? Like, she must have been. It probably was brutal for her.
Yeah.
And, like, the only way to get out of that was to say, okay, I got to keep moving forward.
True. Yeah. She.
I don't know. Testing's weird too.
I
would
watch that movie.
A lot of it's like, how would I make this movie? Oh, I think, he should have done this and this. It's like, okay, cool.
I hate the one guy. He looks stupid.
Yeah, great.
The one guy looks like a dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I'm so cool and interesting. You should make a movie about me.
Yeah. I should have wrote this movie.
I don't know who this
I'll
character
tell you a
is.
story.
Yeah.
I found a meteor once.
Yeah, I ate my French fries off of a space peanut.
Space peanut?
I thought you were referencing Joe Dirt.
Oh wow.
Yeah, remember when
No,
he
that
finds?
is fine. He does find a meteor. Yeah.
But it's
I was
not.
thinking of,
It's just like a bunch of. It's like frozen shit from an airplane
Oh,
that
that's
landed, and there is a point in the movie where he's like carrying it, like carting it around town in a red wagon.
Yeah.
And he like puts ketchup in one of the crevices of what he thinks is this meteorite and eats his French fries out of it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's funny. I had a friend that was Joe Dirt for Halloween for a costume contest, and she had a wagon with a big pile of something in
Your
it.
friend probably kicks ass.
Yeah, she's cool. I was thinking about Jordy Verrill from Creepshow. You ever seen Creepshow? I think you'd really like
Oh,
it.
Creepshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen King and
I've never seen all of it.
George Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. He's one of the directors.
Well, yes. So
It's
he's
a-
the overall. It's written by Stephen King, directed by George Romero.
Well, I
whatever.
thought, isn't it as an anthological piece? It's each
I
one
think
is.
he might have directed all of them.
Oh,
though, but
okay.
I don't know.
That's
But he's
makes it
in
more
one of
intriguing.
them. He's in the one where Stephen King plays a hillbilly that finds a meteor.
Oh.
And he says, "I'm going to sell it up the college for $200."
Okay.
And the guy at the college is George Romero.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. I should watch that.
It's good.
I have
It's
it.
good.
I
Do you?
own it.
That's
yeah.
funny.
I bought it from Goodwill and then never watched
It's
it.
one of Mandy's favorite movies too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it grossed $429.6 million.
Yeah.
It
had a budget of $90 million.
It was the third highest grossing of the film behind Mission Impossible 2 and Gladiator.
Yeah, it really puts you in that time period, huh?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah. Hey, remember
That's
Mission
the big
Impossible 2?
winner.
I actually really like Mission
That's
Impossible
fine.
2.
I think it's a low point for me.
I
don't
totally
even
understand
include the last two in my estimation because I don't really care about them either.
that. I don't
Or
really
three,
think
maybe, because I haven't seen even the final one.
I only when my favorite three are the first three.
Gotcha. I love 1, 3, and 4. Ghost Protocol is so good.
I need to
And Brad
rewatch
Bird
it.
is like one of the best action directors.
I agree.
Yeah.
Once it becomes that other guy who's just been doing it for the
Mhm.
rest of it, they all blend together to me,
Yeah.
and they're all perfectly fine.
They're fine.
But the thing about 2, well, I love John Woo,
Uh-huh.
and I love
And you love a motorcycle fight?
I do.
Yeah.
I love rock climbing.
Uh-huh.
The thing that really appeals to me, and this kind of makes sense based on this conversation, is that there is a intense, instant love between Ethan Hunt and the female protagonist of that film
Mm,
that is it's unshakable.
interesting.
And that's there's a theme here of movies that I love that have that. Castaway, Mission Impossible 2, The Terminator, Last of the Mohicans. There are films. I'm a sucker for that. Or The Fountain, even. I'm a sucker for a very powerful, unbreakable romance.
Yeah, that's cool. I
That's
totally get that. Or really Bond of any kind. I mean, I think Enemy Mine fits in there too, right? Of these guys who
Yeah.
are so
Yeah.
bonded by the end.
Yeah.
That
Honestly,
he takes care of his child. Yeah.
I guess Legend too. Honestly, even though I don't really think of that.
Yeah,
But
I trust you or whatever the trust
Yeah, I
part at
trust
the
you,
end,
Lily.
and yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
I don't have any post
Gotcha.
production notes following that. If you do,
I think that's about all I have too. I mean, he was nominated for Best Actor, but yeah, I think lost to Russell Crowe. There is Silvestri won. I think he won for soundtrack,
I think you're right.
which is hilarious because
Yeah.
it's one song. They sold a CD soundtrack of the movie, and it was a compilation of Alan Silvestri, Robert Zemeckis scores with the one song from Castaway. So it was like the theme song from Forrest Gump.
Perfect.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's great. That's
Pretty
like
wild.
a perfect opportunity for them.
Agreed. Yeah.
That was like the exact right way for them to handle that.
Yeah. I thought you picking this was interesting because it's the only one that's not like a genre movie. I mean, it's a desert island movie,
Yeah.
but it's also just very realistic,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool.
Yeah. It's the first non-genre film we've talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing movie.
Real, truly, naturalistic. It's a tour de force of a performance by a single actor.
One of the best movies of 2000.
Yeah, easily. I'll take this over Gladiator any day of the week.
Interesting. I haven't seen Gladiator in so long.
The same. So it's truly a sound
Definitely
design
over Mission
piece.
Impossible too.
Pardon me.
Definitely over Mission Impossible too.
Yeah. This is for me 5 stars with a heart.
Nice.
100% one of my favorite movies. It's going in my top 4. And
I think
then
for me this is a 5-star movie too.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think whatever the next Rushing for More will be will occupy the 4th spot. But then once we get to the 5th Rushing for More,
Then it'll have to be a competition.
yep.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
have
cool.
to say, do I like it more than this,
Yeah.
this, and this?
That's cool.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I guess. Man, I thought I had something else, but probably not. So do you want to ready to go in the next section?
Sure. Yeah. Just to end it, like Castaway is a beautiful movie, and anybody who thinks you know what it is, but have only just like absorbed it through pop culture, give it a chance.
Yeah.
It is so good.
No, I think this is an easy recommend.
Oh yeah.
Big time. Yeah. If
Pe-
you're in for a dramatic movie night, like
Yeah.
this is gonna hit the spot.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think that it's one of the best written films ever made, and it's not given a chance, or it's not considered as such, because I think a lot of people tend to conflate written with dialogue, and this is not
Yeah.
a dialogue-heavy movie, though it is a character-heavy movie.
Yeah.
And it's also an exquisite piece of visual storytelling. It's masterful.
Yeah.
Castaway is a masterful film.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Zemeckis movie?
Castaway.
There you go. I think Back to the Future might be for me.
Yeah.
Hard to argue against, I feel like. But
Did he do the whole trilogy?
what's that?
Did he do
Yeah,
the
he
full
did.
trilogy?
Mhm. Him and Bob Gale did all of them.
Okay, it's Castaway 100%, and then Back to the Future 1, and then
Forrest Gump is great.
I like Forrest Gump a lot. Yeah.
I'd have to look at his movies, but yeah, Castaway is now very high up on my list. What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Castaway.
Nice. Hard to argue with.
Yeah.
It is a very Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
I'd say mine's probably The Burbs.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
I
love
need
The
to watch
Burbs.
that.
Have you not seen it at all?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, it's great. Joe
Yeah.
Dante.
I love Joe Dante.
I also,
I love the Gremlins movies.
dude, it's my favorite Joe Dante movie too.
Okay.
The cast is nuts. So good. Bruce Dern. Everybody's so good. But I think he loses his job at the beginning and then just gets really wrapped up in what's going on in his neighborhood. There's a line in it where he says like he should be looking for a job or doing something productive, but him and the boys are wrapped up in some conspiracy with what's going on, and he's like standing in the middle of the road in the middle of the night, and he says, "No one kills an old man in my neighborhood and gets away with it."
That's awesome.
And it's so good. It's such a great
Shit.
movie.
Yeah, that was being passed around my office like 15 years ago.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my
it's great.
coworkers was obsessed with that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Mandy has a Burbs T-shirt.
Cool.
That's pretty good too. So yeah, let's go. What order are we usually going? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but
We do
input and output.
and then output.
Okay, well, what have you been working on? Let's do output.
Output. Well, I finished my sculpture
Sweet, yeah, you sent me a picture. Yep.
because of
I think
you.
that's cool. Yeah,
You,
the courage,
the courage.
dude. When I went to go shoot what I'm going to talk about, my little robot scene,
Mhm.
I was listening to our show again, and as I pulled into park, that part happened, and I was like, "Here we go,
Yeah.
here we go."
It's to the point where I wanted to write it. I'm gonna put it
Shit,
on the
yeah.
wall somewhere. I'm gonna put the courage
That's
because every time I felt tired and didn't feel like doing it and was afraid I was gonna mess up, it would just resonate in my mind. Your push at the last end of that episode about courage, the creative force of coming from just the courage of willingness to try and go for
Yeah.
it, and I was just like, fuck yeah.
I
And
don't
so
know where that came from, but it's been helping me too.
I fucking love it, man. You inspired me
good.
so deeply.
Well, if you're looking at making a permanent mark on something, like say you're doing a painting or something, that's terrifying. Like, what's that first line gonna be? Did I fuck it off right off the bat?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a theory that you can only criticize something once the pencil has made a mark on the page.
Mm.
So you shouldn't be criticizing, or that's a bastardization of a different thought process, and so it's kind of vague and foggy in my head right now. I'll revisit it another time.
Sure.
But yeah, I finished my sculpture finally, and it's gotten me to a place of momentum of I've been thinking about my next book,
Cool.
and I've been earlier in these podcasts I was talking to you about being worried that I couldn't think like that anymore.
Right. Yeah. You thought you lost it or something.
I thought I lost it, but just when out in the woods or when I'm doing my work, when I'm working in tedious, repetitive physical motion, my mind will be traveling and just thinking about the characters or the character of my book, and like thinking what he looks like, and then thinking about his backstory, and just like seeing,
rolling around in your brain.
yeah, turning around these images and stuff. And it's I missed it, and it's because it's always kept me company, this ability to just play movies in my head, either movies that I've seen, like watching movies over and over again in my head and just like thinking about them, or watching these movies of my own creation in my head. And it's fun to see what something looks like vaguely in my mind, like the art style that as it appears in my head versus what my hands are capable of creating. And
Sure, yeah.
like the difference between the two, like, oh, my true art style is what's making it into real life, but the way I see it in my head, and it's usually vague enough in my mind that once it's coming to more of a solid result in person, the visions in my head only look like what's already been created. So it kind of solidifies in my brain as well.
That's cool.
It's crazy. So yeah,
I liked how he turned out, and I was thinking, we've talked about Ibrahim Mustafa a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he just had a video come out. Oh God, what was it on? He's making Mortal Kombat action figures. So he does custom action figures.
Whoa.
And they're really cool. He's also a comic writer and
How does he do that?
He all of his YouTube, all YouTube shows his whole process.
Holy shit.
He's like, I got this one that's kind of close, and I shaved his hair off, and I painted it, and got this clothing from this place, and I turned it into put a wire through it, and made it a jacket for him.
Does he mold the bodies? And
no, it's usually based off of something else that exists already, like some counter figure of something or whatever. But
and then he alters it, customizes it.
Yes, and makes just like the version he wants.
Yeah.
You know. So I was thinking, like, you could totally do that. Like your process stuff on YouTube, you'd be adding another piece of the whole thing, but go in and just set up a camera and be recording you painting, and then the next time you're doing something, set up a camera recording you carving or whatever, and then put it all together and talk over it and explain what you did.
You think?
Be awesome. Yeah.
Holy shit! What kind of camera?
I feel like it doesn't matter.
Just my phone?
Anything. Yeah, a lot of people use their phone. As long as it's well lit, like, you're fine.
Okay. Shit. Well, my last book, my first book, I have my book itself and also the making of, which is just all the pictures that I took along the way.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was doing that was, I was worried I would, by the time I would get to the production of my next book, I would forget how I made some of like the armatures and stuff. Yeah. So I wanted to be able to remind myself, but also I was training myself how to use the damn camera.
Nice.
So by the time I was shooting it,
and tell a story, and yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I did. This, I guess I'll talk about my stuff for a second.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I shot more of this like alien project I've been working on, Alien and Robots.
You actually shot it?
I shot.
Oh, that one
of the robots.
Yes.
Getting hit. So I've shot half of this thing, like my piece of it, where I just shot myself with a GoPro and a selfie stick. And then I have drawings of what each scene in between should be, and I edited it all together so it plays.
It's an animatic.
Yeah, it's an animatic, exactly. Yeah. So one of the shots I got was I'm turning and I fire at a robot in the woods, and I have that, and I got the robot being shot, basically, or like walking out of the woods and then getting hit. Took me like an hour in the woods. People would not leave me alone. It was driving me nuts. I'm in the back, and there's nothing back there. And people just kept showing up. What the fuck is happening? And
so what were these
kids are riding their bikes around my camera and stuff. I'm like, you could be anywhere else.
What were they walking into? What were they seeing?
I waited to do the walking onto screen until everyone was gone, so I didn't actually get in the outfit. But I have a skeleton decoration, and I put him in this jumpsuit and put a mask on him, and I'd spray painted the jumpsuit, and he kind of looks like a robot. And I got fireworks and I taped him to his chest and basically just like lit them. I mean, first I tried these like pop it things, and none of them would pop on the skeleton on the thing because he was too soft. And so like fine, but I had these like flasher ones. I was like, this will be my backup, and they looked awesome. I think they looked great. And I just did 4 of them on his chest and lit them, and that's him getting shot.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
And yeah, super fun. It took me like an hour out there in the sun, and I was sweating my ass off. And but one more piece is done. But oh shoot, what was even I was gonna say about the other piece of it? What were we talking about?
I kind of had asked about these people wandering into your shoot.
Oh,
and
sure,
then, like,
yeah.
what they're witnessing.
Yeah, it was like some dad and his kids are riding their bikes.
Were they cool? Were they like, oh? Were they kind of weird?
They were fine. They were a little weird. Yeah.
How so?
Like, would not leave me alone.
They were like fascinated by it.
I guess, but not in like a fun way. And like, I'm gonna be annoying and be in your face and let you know I'm here, kind of a thing. Like, I want attention.
Oh.
And it's like, oh my god, leave me alone.
In an
You guys are
unflattering
doing
way.
your own thing. Go do your own thing.
Yeah, go have fun. Go away, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have thrown fireworks at them.
I could have.
Yeah, that would have changed the tenor of the situation
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yep. I'm trying to get this done because there's construction going on over there, and they've put in a bunch of houses. There's this orchard I shot the last one in that's half gone now. They've ripped it all up.
Oh man,
That was going to be my last shot, is just riding out with the orchard.
Oh shit.
So I got to figure something else out, which is fine. But I just got to get this park stuff done before,
Yeah.
just in case anything happens back there.
For real.
But it's pretty close now.
That sounds so cool.
It's been fun.
What's
Slow.
stew?
Did I not text you that?
You
Or did I respond?
just said, do you know the lore of stew?
Oh, and then never responded.
And I thought, well, is that something I should know? Is this
No.
something we talked about?
It's directly a reference for Brandon, the other guy that I'm working with on this. And
Okay.
it was when we worked at Starbucks, there was this person would tag inside the Starbucks with Stu, like stickers and write with marker on stuff. And we always thought it was awesome. We're like, that's funny. Like, somebody put a big Stu sticker on our thing. And I, at like 6 months in, I told him, like, I have a secret for you. I'm Stu. And I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, that'd be so badass if
Yeah.
I was. And then I wrote a comic for him to draw at one point that was about this guy, Stu, who works at a coffee shop. And he like, the first thing you see is him show up. You don't know he works there. He walks in the bathroom and like tags it and is like doing stuff. Maybe like smokes a little bit and then puts his apron on and goes to work.
Perfect.
And then it was going to be like a weird psychological, like he goes to an Alice in Wonderland coffee kind of place by being too stressed out working.
Whoa.
I don't really know what happened to that, but yeah, I was like, oh, this would be a funny thing to tag this with, is Stu.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Inside joke.
Give me an opportunity just to reference a bunch of shit, you know.
Yep.
One of them, I drew a plate of shrimp from Repo Man, and
Yeah, nice.
I wrote the explode like in Akira on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got those suits done recently too for the other 2 robot deaths. Yeah, so there's progress on that. I want to get that done before the summer's done. I have a process, a thing that could be very processy, that I would like to talk to you about at some point.
Yeah. Okay. How about...
Yeah.
I almost called you a bunch of times or texted you or whatever. Would you ever want to do just a play date, like, creative sesh?
Just because you called it a play date, yes.
I mean, come over like while I'm like doing storyboards or writing out my story treatment or whatever, and we could just chill and do creative stuff together.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah. What else? I'm working on this motorcycle video too, which I think is gonna be cool. It's like 25 minutes so far.
Yeah,
Probably
I love
another
the
at
opening
least
shot.
10, 15. Thank you. That's going to be the best shot of the whole thing. Like, I can already tell. So it's like, I'm kind of annoyed that a lot of people saw it already. I showed it with you, like, specifically, but I shared it with my dad and my uncle. And the next morning I saw 80 people had watched it. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So, but my other one was like 7 minutes long, and it was much more limited. And it, with unlisted, got over 200 views of just
Holy
people
shit.
who had the link watching it.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. And this is going to
Awesome.
be way more ambitious. This is like a documentary, basically. I'm going to have
Yeah.
my uncle narrate it.
Oh, no
I'm writing
way.
a script for it.
Does he have a good voice for it?
Yeah, big time. He's a preacher.
Oh.
And they did, my cousin's kid, second cousin, who knows,
I don't know.
Tucker, and one of his friends, they do video stuff, which is cool. But they made a documentary with him about this motorcycle he owned that was like the last serial number of this one type of bike kind of thing.
Whoa.
Really well done. They did a really good job. So I'm hoping to team up with them on something else.
Yeah.
But my uncle narrated that as well, so
Oh,
he's already
sweet.
got that down,
You probably enjoy doing it.
I think he did, yeah. And I already asked him. He's like, "Yeah, I'd love to do that." So, and he put the whole
Sweet.
thing on, so it's his ride.
Oh, so he's super passionate about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So it's like exactly the right thing, I think.
Okay, that's beautiful.
I think that's gonna turn out really good.
Yeah. It's cool that you're honoring it in such a way. It's cool that it means that much to you.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I think it's a really good like outlet for me right now too.
Yeah.
I have not worked on my comic very much.
It's okay. You've got this other thing.
Yeah.
It's
that's
hard.
True.
It's hard to balance, to do all of it.
Right.
You've did your video, your ride, your video of the ride, and your with the robots.
Yeah.
Do you have a way to refer to that?
It's part of the Punk Rock Alien from Outer Space series.
Okay, Punk Rock Alien from Outer Space.
Punk Rock Alien.
Yeah. Otherwise, if I say your ongoing video project, which
sure,
you know what I mean,
the robots, the agents, whatever.
Okay.
Mhm.
Punk Rock Alien from Outer Space.
I have that a little bit more of that storyboarded out too.
Good.
And then there's something else. Oh, so this process project too. I have a trailer I'm trying to put together of just shots I already have, just to be like, here's what the idea is.
Mm-hmm.
And we climbed Beacon Rock, and I got a couple more shots for it there, which I thought was cool.
Nice.
That was part of prep for the motorcycle trip. I was like, I'm so out of shape. Let's go do a hike, Beacon Rock. And then I was like, I'm not ridden in a while. Let's go do a ride near Road to Astoria.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you've been pumping out your
Still been doing my cemetery videos.
Cemetery videos have been coming
the
out
Astoria
regularly.
one came out yesterday. I'm gonna not post in August. I'm just taking a break from posting, but
Nice.
I have another like 4 of them in the bank
Ooh,
that are a little
nice.
bit. I think they're a little heightened. I've been taking my drone out now so I can get a good shot.
Heightened.
There you go. Yeah. And then I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the next thing is for that. What the next evolution? Because I still don't know if I want to talk over it. But giving more information is like the main thing. Like telling stories about it. I have one that is a cemetery that is right next to my uncle's place, and he wrote an article about it for the local paper.
I was just going
And
to
I
say,
was
get your
thinking
uncle
about
to
having
narrate
him
them.
narrate that one, and then be
Yeah.
like, "All right, what's next?
So
Can
when
I
you
do this or
when you
whatever?"
show up to have him narrate the motorcycle video, just have the scripts for the other ones.
I could, yeah.
And just have him bust all of it out at once.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the cemetery thing. Well, I don't know. One of them's gonna be a warm up for the other one.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But he's already on board for the motorcycle thing, so yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm working on. I still don't have a job. If anybody's hiring, let me know. Yeah.
We are, but that's like probably so not what you would want to do.
I have no idea. But
Yeah.
for now, it's all good. I'm having a good time.
That's all that matters.
yeah.
It seems like you're actually living.
Yeah. It's bad because it's like this is way more what I'd rather be doing.
Oh yeah.
Get up in the morning, like hang out on the patio with the animals for a second. I've been brewing black tea, and so I just have like a little iced black tea in the morning.
Oh, I love black tea.
Yeah, it's so nice. Take the dog for a walk during the day, do some editing, writing, do some cleaning,
That's how it
play
should
some
be.
video games. It's heaven.
That's how it should be.
It's not sustainable.
No, it slips. The days slip away so quick.
Yeah, but this whole time, I have maybe the day after I lost my job, I was like, I'm unaware of time and unaware of anything, and I'm just gonna sit here. Every other day, I've been up. The latest I've slept in is 9, which is pretty late. But I've been getting up at 7 and 8 every day, 6:30
That's
to 8,
amazing.
and just going and getting stuff done. So it's been good.
Yeah, when I was on furloughs, my sleep schedule would get so jacked.
Yeah.
I would, but it was always the dead of winter, and especially when I was living alone, I would wake up. I would try and get up and dressed just so I could catch the last fading rays of the sun.
Yeah.
And then usually I'd go for a pretty long walk and come back, smoke weed, and just work on my art for 8 or 9 hours, and then go to bed at 3 or 4 in the morning, and then wake up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
respect how well you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to use this as an opportunity to fix some stuff that I haven't had time to think about because I've been so focused on work and time and
So you're saying you're
this is my desert island time.
This is your
My
your
teeth hurt.
stopwatch is broken,
Yeah.
and you're just thinking about
just living
you.
life and surviving. Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to take care of myself better.
I think that's beautiful,
Yeah.
and I think that it's necessary. It shouldn't be necessary, but
Right.
it's occasionally necessary.
Yeah. When Mandy had this big chunk of time too, when she lost her job 2 years ago or whatever, and now she's like, that was the best time of my life.
Yeah.
Because I got to just
Yeah.
be me.
And it
Yeah.
speaks volumes to your relationship with Mandy and your relationship in general, that you give each other the space of time and you don't pressure each other. You understand the need. I could see a lot of other relationships would not be as respectful of one another in that way. It's really a special thing that you can be patient with each other.
Yeah. No, I think, we have a good thing going for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Input, I guess. Have you seen anything cool you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Let me pull up my letterbox just real quick.
I finally almost caught up on my letterbox. I was behind by like 100 movies or whatever, and
Just
I punched all
100.
those in. Yeah, I'm probably over 200 for the year
That's awesome.
that I've seen. I'm in a Denzel Washington thing right now,
Funny.
where I watched Deja Vu.
Cool.
It's so good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's so interesting.
The boys have a podcast where they talk about continuity, and then they mention Deja Vu a bunch in it because it has a lot of. They're using like editing bays basically as their time travel machine. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. At first, I was. Do you ever feel this sensation of when something is getting set up, when they're establishing the plot of a film, and it's pointing in a direction, and it has unlimited potential? Oh, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's exciting for wherever it can go. But then as the plots kind of solidifies and things kind of click into place, maybe the direction isn't exactly as exciting as all the directions it could have gone.
They go a lot smaller than like what you could even come up with in that moment.
Exactly. Your imagination is much grander, and so then the direction. And so I started feeling a little bit disappointed in the limits of the story, but then by the end of it, I was back on board, and I had really had a lot of fun, and that got me into Denzel Washington mode. So I watched all the Equalizer movies.
Okay.
Which
How many are there?
3 currently, and I think I saw an AI trailer for the 4th, so I'm not 100% convinced there is a 4th, or if that was just a concept trailer that people were fucking around with. But it's the only franchise Denzel has ever been involved with. It's the only sequel he's ever done was the second one, and then of course the third one. They're good revenge thrillers. The gimmick of him being hyper OCD would in another movie just be a gimmick that presents itself in order to paint this character as a ruthlessly efficient killer badass. But in this, it infuses so many of the aspects of his life and his character that it is interesting, and it adds for a lot of character moments, and it's actually telling of it informs a lot of his choices. It's Antoine Fuqua. They work together for like Training Day and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So those movies I would say are good, but they're not great. They're not stellar pieces of fiction. They are very serviceable for the constraints that they're working within.
Yeah. I mean, Denzel's an older gentleman at this point. And
and they had to work around that too. But the action's cool, and any time that I can just sit and bathe in the sheer charisma of Denzel Washington, I'm going to take that opportunity.
Nice.
And I bought Flight because of the Zemeckis and Denzel Washington connection, and I've always been curious about that.
Denzel's great. I worked with a lady who didn't care about movies, didn't care about nothing. This older lady, and she said, "But if Denzel's in it, I will see it."
Good for her. She's right.
Yeah.
She's so. Oh, and the third one has him with adult Dakota Fanning.
Oh, like Man on Fire.
Exactly.
That's very smart.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's really.
That's the vibe I get from it. Is Man on Fire. Right?
It's very Man on Fire.
Yeah.
It's not as stylistic as Man on Fire, and it doesn't have the emotional punch.
That's Tony, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tony Scott.
Yeah, nobody's gonna touch Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because of loving Deja Vu, Tony Scott connection, I bought Crimson Tide, which is
Nice.
also Tony Scott, Denzel. I haven't watched
Oh,
it yet.
Denzel's in that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we watched that in
Denzel,
school.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide, you watched in school?
It's a retelling of some Shakespeare play. I can't remember.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Damn. He's also in Much Ado About Nothing. He's kind of
Oh,
all
yeah,
about
yeah.
And Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah.
He's pretty involved with some
Wait,
Shakespeare.
Some fucking actor or something?
Yeah, some sort of portrayal of other humans.
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell?
Uh.
So yeah, and then just like always, dude, I've been watching so much Love Island.
That's funny.
My household is currently a Love Island Big Brother household. Never watched Big Brother before. I love Survivor, but have a coworker who loves Big Brother. Kind of got me into it. And there's the live feeds.
Yeah, I've seen those on cable or whatever, where you like go different cameras or whatever.
Yeah, so
that's pretty interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very. At one point, I was watching the live feed, and 2 of the Big Brother players were laying on the ground on pillows in the courtyard, looking up, and explaining the plot of the Truman Show to a third player.
Wow,
it was so meta.
That's awesome.
That it was. It kind of captured not only my attention but my imagination at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then Love Island, we watched a lot of the UK Love Island, but stopped years ago. And then now we've only just been watching season 8, which is the most recent season of US Love Island. And there's something about that show that affects me. Have you watched any of it?
Mm-mm.
It's both exactly what you think it is, but not at all. The most intriguing parts of that show to me are when the boys are so down with each other. They're boys together, and the girls become so close as well. And when the relationships work, there's moments for them where they're tested, but then like come back together. It's so rewarding to watch.
Interesting.
As a viewer, because it's reality television, so there's a kernel of reality, of like truth to it, and you're watching genuine emotions and genuine reactions. And Love Island as a franchise is extremely good at using music well and at the right times, and they choose really good, they curate really good covers of their songs. I don't know, like there's some and you just grow attached to these people who you spend a lot of time with.
I mean, that's the ideal with like that kind of reality competition show, right?
Yeah.
It's the people, or you're like, oh yeah, I want to see what so and so like gets up to. Yeah,
and it works.
Yeah,
Dude,
cool.
It works. And watching, there's like 2 guys who are like best friends on this season, like who have become best friends, and their respective matches, their partners, they're really close with their partners, and it's like I got to see them through to the end, kind of
that's
thing.
cool.
It's sweet, yeah. And it's like easy.
Yeah. I'm sure there's tons of it too. Yeah.
Yeah. And because of my current job, I'm doing a lot of roadside stuff. Usually when I'm working, I like to listen to podcasts, but when I'm doing roadside, I have to keep the volume way. Usually I don't use headphones, but this year I'm experimenting with using headphones at an extremely low volume so I can still hear traffic.
Yeah.
And I can't listen to conversations because it's too low for me to be able to hear, so I'm back on music. And I'm back on Bob Dylan. I'm back on my shit, dude.
Nice.
Dylan has been keeping me company.
That's awesome.
What
was the song you mentioned earlier?
A hard rain's gonna fall.
I gotta listen to that on my way out. Yep.
Yeah, there's some lyrics in that touch me deeply. One of my favorite lyrics from that is, I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. So much of that song is just like evocative, strange. It's a collage of really interesting imagery that may or may not have any metaphorical or symbolic meaning.
Sure, but you can bring what you bring to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Even some of it is very clear, and then some of it is just like, okay, that's an image. I love the images. And then another line from that is near the end. He says, where black is the color and none is the number.
Hmm.
And it's just such a powerful combination of words.
Yeah.
And it just elicits like this this vision of dark eternity, or I don't know. It's
None
just
is
like,
the number. Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's me.
Cool.
Yeah.
What have I been watching? I just looked at my letterbox too. I've been watching.
Hardcore pornography.
Yeah, that's what I've been logging nonstop.
Yeah. The Tata Express.
5 with a heart,
Yeah.
4 with a heart.
Yeah,
Rewatch.
exactly.
My top 4 is really changing a lot these days.
Yeah, really.
I've been watching a lot of On Any Sunday, the motorcycle documentary, just for inspiration.
Just over and over and over.
Pretty much just
Okay.
have it on.
Do you
just to
log it
kinda
every
get-
time?
No. No. I had it playing like on the way home from the ride too. It's got great music, very 70s. It's 71, I think.
So you're just listening to it while you're driving?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Bruce Brown, the documentarian, has this great voice and this sort of like not just like sound, but like how he talks is
Yeah.
funny. There's a lot of dad joke kind of stuff in there, and like something funny will be happening on screen, and he'll say like it's very America's Funniest Home Videos almost, where he's like saying something about what's going
Okay.
on, you know, and just trying to stay in that headspace for writing the script for it, because I think like that's the thing about the ride was it was bikes under 1,500, and they had to be over 20 years old. So there's a bunch of people riding just old shit, and a bunch of old dudes riding. There's 70-year-old dudes out there riding in the desert.
Your ride?
Yep.
Nice.
And yeah, just like old heads, you know. And I think
Awesome.
that, and one of the guys like was screening that before, like the first night we were there, had it playing on the
Yes.
side of his RV, and so I think like that's definitely the tone I'm taking with
Were
it.
you
is this-
camping? Was it a camp out?
It was. We stayed in a hotel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta
just
treat
take
yourself.
a shower after being outside all day, and yeah. But it's cool. So I've been thinking about that a lot. Watching a lot of Doctor Who, playing a lot of video games, still playing Fallout. There's so much Fallout to play.
Did you stay in a hotel with your dad?
Yeah.
Was that weird at all?
No, we've done it before.
Okay.
Just like 2 queen beds or whatever, and
Yeah.
by the time you get there, it's like you just gotta go to sleep and figure out how to get ready for the next day.
So it barely matters. You're just so toast. It's like you take turns using the bathroom and you
Yep.
just crash.
Farting in bed and fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Fallout treating you good?
Yeah, it's great. Mandy likes when it's on too, because
Yeah.
it's funny. And
She likes watching.
It's got good music.
Kylie's
and,
been asking me to play some games because she likes to
Nice.
watch.
I've been replaying Dispatch with her watching too, which is an awesome game. Really cool.
That visual novel game.
Yeah, did you ever
kinda?
play the Left 4 Dead ones? Or not Left 4 Dead, but Walking Dead?
Yeah.
There was that. I only played the first one. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Where it was like all your decisions are really impacting things. People live and die based on how fast and smart you are.
I
And
remember I was in your house. You had me play that first one.
Oh,
Just so
really?
you could
That's funny.
watch me make decisions.
that's fine.
And there's a few decisions I made that you're like, huh. Interesting.
Yeah, because you never. I mean, it's your reaction, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, what do I think is gonna whatever? But this one's like, now it's 15 years later, and they're making this game, and
That's cool.
the cast is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really good. You really good music. Yeah, and it's like a TV show. It's in episodes, like
Yeah.
that one was. So
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I know I've seen clips and I
Yeah, that's
know
cool.
a little bit about it.
and then yesterday, is it the 25th today?
I don't know.
It's the 26th. So the 24th, Nirvana the band, the show, the movie went on Disney Plus, as did the TV show.
Is it?
Yeah,
Did
it's
it?
all
Is
on
it?
there except the web show is on their website,
Okay.
whatever, which is like 2 seasons of 7 episodes or something, and then this is like 2 seasons of 8 episodes, but it's all on Disney. And as I was like watching the ones that they didn't have on Amazon, I'm like, obviously Disney is the only fucking place for this. There's a whole episode where they use just John Williams' Indiana Jones score. There's a whole episode where it's just the music from GoldenEye, which I guess Amazon owns now, but I don't know. But there's another one. I can't remember exactly. Oh, they go see Force Awakens, and they're just there videotaping it, doing a scene in the theater with
What?
Force Awakens playing.
This is perfect.
So, like, yeah, Disney makes sense. But it's all on there, which is freaking sweet. Even Amazon doesn't have the 2nd season of it, because I'm guessing because of those 2 episodes that like they just can't clear. But yeah, it's sweet. I almost want to tell you can't watch it without me, but
I won't.
you do what you have to.
Let's watch it together.
Okay, I think we
because
should.
you've mentioned at least twice
Yeah,
that you want me to come over and watch it with you, and
think
both
it-
times
yeah.
I was unevaible. But
yeah. We'll
this
make it
I
happen
can tell
at
it's
some point.
important for you. So
two guys just trying to make it as artists, and keep living the same thing over and over again, not making it. And I don't know. I really identify with one of them as far as like grand ideas and like here's how it's all gonna go, and then just in the same spot.
Yeah.
That one has a pretty good this many years later moment as well.
Yeah. Well, I got to give it to us though, that look where we are.
Yeah.
Look what we're doing. We've talked a lot about doing something together through the years, and we finally are committing to it, and we are giving ourselves this time. We're on a good production schedule. We haven't skipped once.
Yep. We did take a month, or we had January, February that we didn't post, but
that's true.
That was on purpose mostly.
But we're here.
Yeah, and this has become a gear in that machine of producing other stuff too. So which I think was the main goal for me. Well, actually, get something out, right? But then
we can have bonus episodes too. Like if we feel like we want to talk more, we can set up.
Yeah, we've talked about some stuff like that. I mean, do you want to go into the contraption that you've made?
So
we're gonna give it a try, I think.
You want to?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. So the Rushing for More miniseries is I would argue, temporary sidetrack from our primary series of films that we have been watching, which are the 007 films. The last one we watched was Diamonds Are Forever.
Yep. Just beloved classic.
Definitely my favorite. Yeah, clearly yours as well. Yeah, everyone's favorite. And we also kicked around some ideas for some other things that we can do. Yeah. And typically at this point, at the end of the episode, you usually ask me, do you want to,
what are we doing next?
What are we going to do next? Do we want to do another James Bond? Do we want to do another Rushing for More? One of us had made a joke about a spinning wheel. I think it was you.
Yeah, basically we're like, well, we could do this as an episode too, or this or this. Like, hey, pitch each other the ideas we've been having, I think is a great idea.
Oh, and that other one I came up where
and then the birthday year one.
The birthday year, I got a lot of good ones for 1988. I'm not gonna lie, but the one that either Mandy or Kylie picks one, for us, and then that would be funny. Suggests we watch, and I call it better half a good suggestion, or a good movie. So. With the joke of we had so many options, you said we should have like
we could just spin a wheel and it would pick for us. Yeah.
So I immediately came back with
there was a spinning wheel.
It's a mechanical spinning wheel that's run by a little toy soldier McDonald's toy that you push in and it spins the wheels. So we can it's numbered 1 through 6, and we can assign either like 1 and 2 are James Bond. 3 is another Rushing for More. 4 is whatever. 5, whatever. We could choose. We can assign to each of them what we want them to represent, and then I'm going to spin it, and then Doug is going to shoot it with the PP7,
PPK,
PPK that he gave me at the very beginning of all of this.
Hell yeah!
And then
whatever it lands on is what we're going to do for the next episode.
That's what we're going to do. Okay. So, do we want to pause recording?
Yep, and then come up with our list of what everything's going to be.
And then come back and say what the next thing is?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
We'll revisit this in just a second. Bye.
Well, we're back.
Yeah, after a surprise turn of events.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Should we talk about what our list was?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So we mapped it out real quick. 1 through 6, like Dan said on this wheel, there's 1 through 6 around it. So number 1 is Bond. Number 2 was our story pitch, where we each pitch each other an idea we've been thinking about. 3 was Better Half, where where both of our significant others pick a movie for us to cover, and we cover both of them in an episode. Number 4 was Rushing for More, finding Dan's top 4 movies. Number 5 was a Dan movie that he wants me to watch, and then number 6 was a movie that I want Dan to watch.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily our favorites.
Yeah, just something either we've been talking about or that's in our mind that we think the other person needs to see.
And may or may not necessarily apply to any of the other lists.
Yeah. So we spun up the little small soldier McDonald's toy or whatever, in a surprisingly effective machine that you've made over there. I put on the James Bond theme, got into position on the floor kneeling with the airsoft gun, and sufficiently was blinded to whatever option was on there because it was spinning, and I said, I'm just going to shoot the top.
Yeah.
And shot the top, and lo and behold, I hit the number one on the number pretty much. And the Bond theme crescendoed right afterwards.
Exactly when you hit the James Bond option.
Yeah. So it seems right. We're doing a James Bond movie next. Surprise, surprise.
Holy crap.
After all that, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah, like right on the number.
Yeah, it was perfect.
There's a lot of talk of what if this is hard to tell which one it hit.
Yep.
You know? And no question. Yep. So our next movie is 1973's Live and Let Die, starring Roger Moore. We got a brand new Bond. We got Cubby Broccoli still, Harry Saltzman. We're still in the sort of long in the tooth, kind of too hairy, finding their footing mode. Coming off of a masterpiece on Her Majesty's Secret Service into what a lot of people think is a goofy flop, Diamonds Are Forever. Now they are resetting with a new guy and a new mode, and yeah, I'm really excited. Honestly, this movie is maybe the movie that made me want to do this with you.
Holy shit.
Dan has to see this one.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be good.
Even if you had chosen option 6, a movie that Andy wants to show
I would have
Dan.
made you watch Nirvana the band, the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be sweet. 1973, we're now in Dan's decade. The decade I think is owned by Daniel Ebert over here.
It was.
Yeah.
I think there's been a bit of a temporal shift in my aesthetic taste.
Has it expanded, or is it still focused on
it's expanded,
now something else?
Kind of into the 80s.
Okay.
The movies that I've been going back to more and more often. I mean, look at my top 4.
85, yeah. It's a
two
big year for you.
85, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of the 80s because that was near the end of the practical special effects.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, that's not also buoyed by additional CG.
Lucas has opened up this whole door of fantasy storytelling and ILM, and all these people are like full blast. Yeah, I think the 90s is when they have like the masterworks of physical whatever, prop building, etc. But the 80s is when they're like, check this shit out. We can do all of it now.
And it's so ridiculous, and I just love I love a built object. And but you're right, 70s, the reason why you're saying that is 70s has captured my passion for a number of years, especially with my obsession with the Italian spaghetti western and the Italian police action thrillers, as well as Japanese yakuza films, samurai films from the 70s.
Sort of that grit and grime realism of the 70s,
And it's some of the greatest American films, masterpieces came out in the 70s. So, yeah,
it's the longest... The auteur decade, right, is when you get
the
all those
auteur
people.
decade.
I'm making that up, but
no,
but I mean, it is like you have the
that.
names, right? Friedkin and
Coppola.
Yes.
Scorsese really kind of came into his own in the 70s. De Palma,
Yeah. Sergio Leone.
Fucking Sylvester Stallone. I mean, Rocky.
Yeah.
77 or something.
At some point, are we doing all the Rocky movies?
Oh.
Because we could.
I got lost in trying to come up with a fun pun, but
nice.
Yeah.
What did you say at your wedding? What was the word?
What
was the word that you said at your wedding that was Rocky? Yo.
Yeah,
it's gotta have yo in there somehow.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
So I texted you when I was writing my vows.
Yeah.
And I said I'm working on my vows, and did I say I was quoting Rocky, or did I ask if I should quote Rocky? And you said
I said absolutely, yeah.
You said yo.
And that at work, like that just became how I answered the phone.
Yeah.
Because of Rocky. That's all I'm doing is answering the phone, answering questions for people. And so you're go, hello, yeah, this is Andy, and be like, yo. It's way more fun.
I've been doing that too, or something very close to that. And during my vows, I was going to mention the when young Curtis Young? No. The
Burt, right?
Burt Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burt Young, the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
What's his name? Paulie.
Paulie.
When Paulie is asking Rocky, he's like, "What do you see in my sister?" And
Yeah.
Rocky says, we fill gaps. We fill each other's gaps.
Yeah.
She's got gaps. I got gaps.
Yeah.
We fill each other's gaps." I was going to reference that, but even in my vows, I said that I was thinking about referencing Rocky, and quoting Rocky, but in the end, I just landed on yo.
Yo.
So yeah,
The main thing I'm feeling right now. Yo.
Yo. So,
Sweet. So
cool.
look forward to that at some point, doing all the
Yeah.
Rocky movies. But yeah, check out Castaway. It's awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
And yeah, we'll see you again for Live and Let Die.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Till next time.
Bye.